Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting episode of Arcemise Arcade. We've got a special game for you today. It's called A Closed World. It was developed by the Singapore MIT Gambit Game Lab back in 2011. It was built using Flash with a team of about 11 people with a budget around $20,000. And I stumbled on it one day and played through it, and man, it was a really solid game. For more or less an indie title. It's got a great immersive atmosphere. The art is fantastic. The narrative is actually really compelling. And it's a game that has a bit of a message to share. The overall premise is that you live in this village that's right next to a forest. And this forest it's a place of no return. It's said that there's demons and beasts that live out there, and that it's forbidden for anyone to go. However, the village that you live in is also very oppressive, and your beloved has fled into the forest to escape. And so you must follow after them to not only catch up, but also to escape yourself. So, without further ado, let's get going. Let's enter the forest.
Has it ever occurred to you just how much of our lives is affected by the answer to a very simple sounding question? The words we use, the way we interact with other people, the clothes we wear, even the people we fall in love with. In some way, they're all affected by the answer to one important question.
Well, what do you know? Alright, well, I'm a guy, so I will go with this answer. But I recommend, for those that play, definitely choose your preference. Alright, here's a quick control scheme. Arrow keys to move, spacebar to interact, escape to start playing, blah blah blah. So you got demons in the forest. Defeat them to wander amongst the trees forever. Alright, and when we encounter, we have three choices affecting our opponents include passion, logic, and ethics. It's a little kind of rock, paper, scissors there. Passion defies logic. Logic challenges ethics. Ethics sways passion. I can dig that. Alright, let's start. Alright, so this is me. I'm just kind of wandering around the woods here. Look at how pretty that is. Little footsteps. Alright, so here we go. Wandering around the woods. Oh, what's that? There are words carved into the tree. Those who would enter this place know this. The things thou hearest are thine alone. The things thou seest are thine alone. The things thou feelest are thine alone. Love and hate, fear and courage, hope and despair. Bear them unto these boughs, and seek out the path that is thine alone. For such seeds may a great oak rise to the sky, or lie fallow in soil from which nothing may grow. This too is thine and thine alone. Thanks, Treat. Alrighty. This is kind of a big forest. Ooh, a thingy. An old statue crumbling and worn. It looks kind of like me. I can kind of see it. Oh. Whoa. Well, hi! My father was so obsessed with what others thought of him. Whoa. Oh, frustrate the demon. Oh, okay. So this is our first piece of combat. I can use the arrow keys here. Frustrate the demon with logic. passion or ethics. I can also take a breath to regain some composure, or I can simply walk away. Alright. We'll use passion. Everyone loves passion. I'm different, so you don't love me? Oh, that's a question. He was helpless against my passion. He tries to force me to believe in lies. I lost some composure. Okay. Let's try logic. Just because everyone else is ignorant doesn't mean you should be too. He was stunned by my logic. That didn't seem as a big effect. Forced me to try to believe his lies. I lost some composure. Ethics! There's nothing wrong with me just because I'm different, Dad. He scoffed at my... Oh, dear. He tries to force me to believe something I don't. Passion seemed to be the best one. Let's go with that. I'm different, so you don't love me. He was helpless against my passion. He tries to force me to believe in lies. Don't believe Andor's lies. I lost some composure. Alright, I'm getting kind of low. I'm going to take a breath. I took a deep breath. Hey, you did it too. I regained some composure. He tries to force me hard to believe in lies. Not with my fiery passion. He's helpless against it. Uh-oh, the demon changes tactics. He tries to convince me to believe everyone like everyone else. For sure. I better take a breath. Good. He tries to convince me to be like everyone else. I will use ethics. Okay, that had a little bit of effect. Try a little bit more logic. Just because everyone else is ignorant doesn't mean you should be too. Oh, nice. Utterly disarmed, it says. I think I can do this, guys. Haha! I defeated the demon. You are victorious. The demon has been vanquished. One step closer to the clearing. There you are. Help me take the rugs in, will you? Give your sister a rest for a change. Well, And look at your hair. It's unbecoming for you to walk around looking like that. I have enough to do already without having to worry about your appearance, too. Dad, what do you know about the forest? Why are you asking me this? I want to know more about the forest and the fog beyond. It's dangerous. That's all you need to know. You've heard the stories, haven't you? Yeah, but the forest is a treacherous place, and the fog even more so. A great beast sleeps within the fog, and if it is disturbed, it will destroy us all. You mustn't even think of going there, do you understand? But the fog, that's enough. Now be a dear and take the rugs inside. Yes, Dad. Well, we're back in the forest now. Guess that's a little aside. This game actually does... Oh, jeez. Let's explain this part first. It does kind of go back and forth, and it's kind of unclear if they kind of happen, like you are in the forest for a day and then come back, or if this is all just kind of flashback. But that thing looks terrifying. Let's fight it. The parents of my sweetheart, pompous and proud in their ways. Frustrate the demon. Look at that thing. Isn't that great? Let's fire some logic bombs over the bow. Under the unbearable pressure. Ah, there we go. Utterly disarmed. They claim I am inferior to them. I lost some composure. Take more logic. Haha! I am not inferior. I have a master's degree. The demon changed tactics. Crap. Oppress me with its stony gaze. We haven't seen... See if ethics does... No one deserves your oppression, especially your own daughters. They trembled before the power of my ethics. They oppressed me with a stony glare. I lost some composure. I have defeated the demon! Yeah! It's so bright tonight. The moon's lit up the entire town. Do you think anyone will see us up here? Nah, we're pretty far out. We don't want to stay too long, though. Can I walk you home tonight? You know I can't. My parents don't want to see me with you. Your parents really hate me, don't they? They're getting more suspicious. They ask me if I've been with you every day. And every day I have to lie. They're so suffocating. They would never understand if I told them how I feel. Neither would mine. No one would. I can't do this anymore. I'm tired of lying to everyone. Let's go into the forest. But they say, I know the stories, but I think there's more. There must be. I don't want to go alone, and I can't stay here any longer. Tell me you will. Say you love me, and that you'll come with me. Please. It's getting late. Your parents would be worried. Intense stuff, huh? Yeah. So, there's no telling what lies in the murky depths of this well. So, while I'm wandering around, I'm going to backtrack just a little bit, see if I missed any of these kind of things. I do want to talk a bit about some of the design aspects that I really like about this game. One in particular is the forest itself. Ooh, back at the tree. Yeah, we read that already. The forest is great. Ooh, I know a certain hot-blooded someone who could break an axe like that. You can see it's a little broken. But the forest is a great metaphor for the unknown. It's out there. Oh, geez. It's out there, and not only is it something you can't just see because the trees get in the way, but it's also where the wild things are, like the story. But it's where civilization ends, is the forest. And that's where, adventure lies. Because it can be exciting, it's different, it's unknown, but it's also incredibly dangerous. Much like the ocean. Any BioShock fans out there? Yeah, there's a reason why it takes place underwater. And there's a reason why this one takes place in a forest. But let's fight this thing. My sister, fuming before me, she could never control her temper. Alright. Let's use ethics. Why can't you just let me be who I am? She trembled before the power of my ethics. Yeah, my ethics have power. She stings me with her bigoted curses. I lost some composure. Logic. Don't you judge me when your own normal life is so rocky. She despises my logic. She stings me with bigoted curses. Passion, you're not Dad, so stop trying to take his place. Stun. Ethics is probably my best bet right now. Yeah, there we go. Those eyes are terrifying. Change tactics. Okay, passion. You're not Dad. Yeah. I defeated the demon. You are victorious. Are you asleep? I was. Where were you today? I needed your help. I was with my friend. Her again? What are you two plotting now? Nothing. We were just talking about the forest. Oh, for the love of... We don't believe what people say about it. Of course you don't, because you never listen to anyone. You went in once, right? I don't want to talk about it. Go to sleep. But I remember you went in once and I said I don't want to talk about it. Why are you such a freak, asking weird questions all the time? Why can't you just be normal? I am normal. No, you're not. You and that weirdo friend of yours. I'm tired of having to make excuses for you all the time. You know what? Run into the forest. Go in deep. Get lost and never come back. Then I can finally get some peace of mind. Now leave me alone. Alright. Good night. Intense. So yeah. Apart from the forest being a giant metaphor for the unknown, the great journey and everything, it seems like the things that we're fighting, these demons, are manifestations almost of people we know. That's kind of exciting. What's that? I recognize this lantern. I'm surprised my sweet shard made it this far. Okay, I think that's where... Was this where X Guy was? Yeah, that was where X Guy was. It's a giant maze! A labyrinth! The power of the babe. The power of voodoo. You do. Hoodoo. Yep. I don't know the whole words of that song. Whoa. That's like a dragon. My sweetheart, I used to love her so much. Passion. Why did you leave me? She was stunned by my passion. She reminds me of all the good times we shared. Ethics. You didn't just give up on me, you gave up on yourself. She trembled before the power of my ethics. I want to see what passion says, or logic says. Will you let your parents control you forever? She dismisses my logic. I'm gonna have to recoup here. Take a breath. And take 2 breaths. Oh, I can't use my ethics now. Crap. Passion. She reminds me of all the good times. The demon changed tactics. She tries to make me feel guilty. Ah, there we go. I defeated the demon. After I sought the wisdom of those I trusted, it was made clear to me that my difference from them would always affect how they saw me. They would never be happy unless I hid my true self from them. And that's when I went to find you, to tell you that I'm ready to run away with you, that I finally believed there was more beyond the forest, beyond the fog. Your house was adorned in flowers and ribbons of white. There were people gathered around, rejoicing. Your parents greeted me at the door with smiles I had never seen before. They handed me an envelope adorned with silver flowers and lace before they shut the door. It was then that I understood. We cordially invite you to a most joyous celebration of the joining of our daughter and the happy bride-to-be in holy matrimony. I loved you. I wanted a life with you. Whether you chose your new life or was chosen for you, I will never know. All I know is that you gave up, that you've let go, and now I must do the same. Wow. Oh dear. So, Another thing that is kind of interesting, I believe that you remember the choice I made in the beginning of the game. I had to tell it what gender I was. I believe the game kind of randomly selects pronouns as far as what gender your beloved is and what gender you are. Or it could be a bug. I've kind of seen it where I've played either gender, and sometimes it's the same as what I select, sometimes it's the opposite, and that's all right. I kind of like that. The emphasis is that the gender isn't the important part. Whoa. I can never forget my past, but I won't let it cloud my thoughts any longer. Whoa. This got intense. Logic. I changed the way I used to think. You're stunned. He drives me mad with chaotic thoughts. Passion. I won't let my fears hold me back. Yes. Passion. Don't let those fears hold you back. He changed tactics. He agonizes me with nagging doubts. So if it wasn't obvious, this is my shadow self, as Persona would have you believe. This is the nagging doubt. This is all the questioning yourself. The worst part about you. Oh no, I can't use logic. I think ethics is the only one that does some. Change tactics again. Logic. I can do this. I have changed the way I used to think. He was stunned by my logic. I defeated the demon. You are victorious. We made it out of the forest, guys. Through the crucible, as it were. What's this? There are words carved in the stone. Thou who hast followed the forest path, know this. The words thou hast heard cannot be unheard. The things thou hast seen cannot be unseen. The emotions thou hast felt cannot be erased. Pain and loss, hurt and hopelessness, doubt and fear. There is no road anywhere that is free of these. Yet it is not also these things that we have delivered thee here? Were it not for such suffering, where wouldst thou stand now? We who have gone before thee leave this memorial as a beacon. May it call those with the courage to risk everything, for to do otherwise is to live in a closed world. Thou who hast faced the darkness within, know this. To seek happiness, one must risk suffering, and to be true to oneself is the greatest risk of all. So that's a closed world, guys. Like I said, it's a short, really simple game, but I absolutely love it. I think it's beautiful. It's a great little story, and it certainly has a message. Again, this came out in 2011, so things were a little bit more tense back then. The game was developed with the express purpose of exploring LGBTQ identities in games, and I know that's one thing about it. I actually got to speak to some of the developers. That was one thing they felt a little bad, is they only had the binary genders represented. They wanted to have more, but it didn't quite work with the vision that they had, which is unfortunate. But I think this is an exceptionally strong entry into that realm. And yeah, I think this is a really fun game. I really love the forest as a metaphor for the unknown, the scary, dangerous world that you're thrust in. I find it really compelling that the monsters and the beasts that you find in this forest all are manifestations of your character's anxieties and people they know. It's all kind of comes out and is represented there, even where you find that your beloved is you're frustrated with them, but at the same time they were fleeing. It appears to be that when they got a wedding invitation that they were invited to, but was not the one to be married. And even that final battle at the end was against your own doubt and everything. I think this is an absolutely gorgeous game, and I was really happy to share it with everybody. I want to find more of these kind of games and share it with you guys. Yeah. The only as far as kind of critique, the downside is I did find that the combat, you may have noticed, was really simplistic. It really boiled down to a rock paper scissors, but where you figured out that scissors can beat it consistently. So that oversimplification I find kind of unfortunate, but at the same time I really like the dichotomy that they use, the trifecta, the logic, that passion and ethics, and those three things which we all kind of use in our arguments and defenses and justifications for things. I thought that was really clever. I like that your health, as it were, was composure. As you can imagine, if you just lost all of your composure, you just can't win. And also, I didn't demonstrate it, but you can just walk away and then come back completely refreshed and renewed. I think that's a good message to share. So I realized the credits ended a while ago, and I'm still kind of ranting and praising this game, but I really like it. I think it's a nice example of some game mechanics that are, very typical, very common, very tried and true, and embedding it in this message and in this great metaphor and theme that really hits home by the end of it there. So thank you all for joining me. I hope you had a great time watching, and hope you get a chance to explore these kind of games yourself. If you have any examples of these kind that you'd love to share, please just write in the comments. I'd love to check them out. I'd love to do even just blind recordings. I'm always excited to play new games like these. So I've got a couple more, but the more I can get a hold of, the more fun we'll have. So have a great night, everyone, and be good to each other.